Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. Hello to those of you who are new here. I really appreciate you tuning in. Okay, if I resonate with you, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay, join our tribe, our family, our star family. Okay, everything you need to know about the channel is going to be in the description box. Okay, but I appreciate you tuning in. To those of you who are new here, I mean, to those of you who are returning, I genuinely appreciate your continued love and support. Okay, all the energy that you donate and share to our channel. I got starstruck off of this card that's at the bottom of this deck. Okay, sudden wealth. But anyway, but y'all already know the vibes. To those of you who have been here before, switch the roles if you need to. Assign yourself where you see fit. Don't force anything to fit your experience, your timeline, your gender. All is fluid, especially in tarot. Okay, to those of you who haven't been here before, we get real and raw over here. Okay, but I hope you like how I read and things like that. So anyway, if this message doesn't resonate, check out the other readings on my channel for your moon, your north node, your rising, because I know most people will watch for their sun placements, but we have other placements as well that are just as important. So watch the houses that they may fall in, or even just all of them, to get the bigger picture of your situation. So Sag, let's see what message you need to know for today. What spirit needs you to know, how you should be moving in spiritual streets. Okay. I'm only going to speak to and channel from your higher self. You should only listen from that aspect as well. Oh, so we got the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You could be on the cusp of Scorpio. Yeah, look, in the Seven of Pentacles, which is wealth. Okay, so, y'all could be coming into some money soon. Well, let's see. I don't know why I felt called to start with this deck first for y'all read, but that's what I'm going to do. This could be wealth in terms of love, emotional abundance, and fulfillment, because wealth can come in many different forms. Okay, so we have concern. There could be an older masculine or gentleman that's, he look like he want to cry. He could be 33, doesn't have to be. Unexpected income, right. You know, I'm kind of chilling the situation to where you could be winning a court case or court battle against somebody. You could have took somebody to court and like sued them. This could be like a civil lawsuit. Somebody could have to pay you a restitution. I feel like this man is concerned because if he stole from you, I don't know why I'm kind of getting somebody like stealing your identity or your inheritance in a sort. Okay, so we have occupation. This could even be defamation of character in terms of your work or reputation. What else? Okay, one more card. High honor. Somebody could be in the military. They were in the military. Maybe a police officer, or you could be. Or this could be you high ranking in the spirit realm. Child in courthouse. Maybe you're taking somebody to court for child support and you're about to, yeah, look, in poverty. If somebody had kids with you and left you to take care of these kids on your own, I feel like they're about to have to pay you and they're concerned. Also, I'm kind of getting a thing to where somebody who you had children with could have been trying to block you financially through crafting, or I don't know, but I feel like it's about to backfire on them. Something is about to go right back. Look at the cannons. Pew, pew. It's like, I could be childish sometimes, y'all. Just bear with me. But yeah, something is getting ready to explode right in this person's face. And it could, this occupation card could be you, to where you've been having to work harder than you would have to make ends meet, or just to live your life the way you want to, when you didn't have to. When you didn't have to. I don't know why I'm getting somebody was stealing from you. And whoever this is, it could be a man, an older man. Something about them gives a snake oil salesman, because they're a suit, but only thing on this table is flowers. I feel like they about to be grieving a lifestyle that they were living off of your income, your energy, whatever. Ain't no business on this table. Ain't no papers, no contracts, no pen, no money. It's just flowers. Somebody could even be living in a property or a home that you own. I'm getting somebody like altering a will or forging your signature on documents to maybe buy a house or a home. Somebody could have been dishonorably discharged from the military. Or this, like I said, this is you being high-ranking spiritually. And if you didn't see it, God seen it. Seen it, excuse me. Saw it, however. Two cups. That's weird. This could be you coming back into union with yourself. What's concern? You know what else I'm getting? Like, if you were married to somebody in the police force or in the military, you could have been entitled to certain benefits that they made sure you didn't receive when y'all divorced or separated. Page in the reverse. Yeah, it could be divination, or it can be a failed plan, a plan that was not going to work ever. Seven of Cups in the reverse. I'm kind of channeling this masculine could have used another person as you. Like that Two of Cups could be somebody, a scamming ass couple. It could have been somebody, that's what I just heard, but it could have been somebody who they used in your place, another feminine, to like sign your name on documents. Or this is really weird, because the Seven of Cups in the reverse, this could be somebody materialistic, superficial. They did all this to live a lifestyle of luxury, but one that they weren't entitled to because it was never their money. I'm getting that too. But the Seven of Cups in reverse, it could be like whatever they've been doing before, they're all out of options. They're no longer able to do something or to complete something. So people could be catching on to whatever this is. Maybe it's a situation to where this person was using like an expired ID. Four of Swords in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the High Priestess. We've seen the Queen of Cups at the beginning in the upright. So they were letting another feminine manipulate them. A Queen of Cups in reverse could be manipulative, vindictive. It feels like somebody had some sort of news or information that they were holding over this person's head. I'm heavily channeling in this read, by the way. It's like blackmailing them. What's the Seven of Cups reverse? Scorpio, Venus. Page of Wands. Something could be traveling through word of mouth, or this could be news. Somebody reaching out to you. The Page of Wands could be communication of some sort. Yeah, and here you are, Nine of Wands, Sagittarius moon. I feel like this is you with a child. It could be. So the illusion that could be over is with your child. Did someone try to hide a child? Or, yeah, because even the Six of Cups is here. Or this is you just going through challenges and obstacles that you were having with the other parent. Or because you have to take care of a child. Something like that. Give me more on the Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups reverse. The Hangman and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Hangman can talk about somebody getting grounded in their reality. This can be, I feel like you've had to make a lot of sacrifices. Six of Pentacles in the reverse is bribery. You had to bribe somebody to take care of their child. It's like you've had to bribe somebody to help you with, And you know, the concern could be that this y'all child is starting to catch on. It's like they're starting to see who's, I'm trying to figure out the right word. I don't want to say the better parent because nobody's perfect. But this child could be starting to notice all the sacrifices that you've made for them. Shadow side, the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah. Feels like a lot was done to stop you from... This person could be spiting you, doing this to spite you because you didn't choose to be with them. With the shadow side here, it's a reason. This is typically like the Devil card. Something could have been a very toxic situation. Children need to see you happy and both parents being loved properly. That's like, it shapes the paradigm and belief system that they operate out of for all relationships, including the ones that they have with themselves. So if they have a bad example of what love looks like, or partnership, connection, whatever, they'll go out into the world unconsciously seeking those type of relationships or attracting those type of relationships. Something here is not balanced at all. Even when y'all were together, it probably never was. And they could have been trying to make you out to be the bad parent. But I feel like the child is seeing the truth. Give me one on this Page of Wands. And somebody's scared. The Six of Swords. So you could have taken this child and moved away. I don't know why I'm getting some form of abuse here. You could have moved away, yeah, to a new home, a new community. You could have moved to a new town with the Four of Wands here. You could have left your hometown. Or it's like, if the child was living with one parent, now they want to move and come back and live with you. Give me on the Six of Swords. I feel like they're speaking up. They're saying something. For some of you, they could have even tried to take custody of your children. Yeah, look, the Four of Pentacles. So they could be trying to bribe. They could have been trying to bribe your child to go and live with them. But it's so they could put you on child support and get money. And I feel like they're reversing. This child is seeing the truth, and now they want to come and live with you. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, the Fool in reverse gives me the child could be maturing. Like they could be growing up in a way to where they're no longer a baby. I don't know if they're like hitting double digits or something. But I don't know. I'm reading like the Four of Pentacles with this Page of Wands. Somebody could have tried to like take custody of your children. It's not going to work with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. What else? Let's see. What's this Page of Pentacles in the reverse? Ace of Cups. Then we have the Knight of Cups. I don't know why I'm just getting like they could have tried to come in between the love that you and your child share by painting you out to be the bad parent. The Ace of Cups. And now they're starting to see. You could have a son. Because it's a little boy on this card. Maybe their favorite color is red, or they have like a red sweatshirt or sweater that they always wear. I feel like your child could have a very royal spirit about them. Or they have like a royal past life. So the Eight of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, I'm really getting like, the Ace of Cups. I'm really getting like, they've been trying to shift perceptions. This child's perception about you or something. We got the High Priest in the reverse and the Magician in the reverse. They're like breaking the law. Like, say if y'all have court ordered custody arrangements, they're not upholding their end of the deal or of the court order. Sheesh. Maybe them trying to, maybe what I'm seeing here, instead of them trying to like actually kidnap or take a child, they could have done this. And you could be trying to go to court to get your child back. This is really weird. This energy is really weird that I'm feeling. But it could be more so to where they're trying to take over this child's mind more so. It could be theft in that way. Somebody is real bitter in this energy. What's the Six of Pentacles in the reverse? And the cards keep coming out in twos. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Some of y'all could be going through a very nasty divorce. And this person is trying to take the kids from you. Something about this child is very divine, very gifted. I feel like they know a lot at a very young age. And it's not because they've been exposed to more than what they should have. They just feel, maybe they're deeply intuitive with the Hangman here. They could have something going on with their third eye. Somebody's child could be going through a spiritual awakening. Or there's like an inheritance of some sort of spiritual abilities that's getting activated. Okay, because I feel like this Ace of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, there's a child here that is meant to break ancestral patterns or rhythms. A child could be seeing the truth about why their parents divorced or split up. they were trying to bribe the child to see it one way. And with this child coming into their coming of age, right, they're seeing it. What's unexpected income? Somebody about to have to pay you money. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Woo. Whatever this person did, they about to have to pay you a lot of money. They're holding a grudge against you for something. So the Wheel in the reverse is misfortune, loss, repeating of a karmic cycle, a lack of wisdom. Okay, somebody who's resisting change. Somebody just thought y'all was going to be together forever, and you just be willing to accept their abuse, their emotional abuse. That's what this feels like. Emotional abuse, gaslighting, and manipulation. Like, they just thought you were just going to put up with that forever. And because you're divorcing them and leaving them behind, they're trying to spite you by taking your children. Or influencing them to think about you in a negative way or negative light. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is your energy, Sagittarius, Jupiter. But I feel like this person has caused a lot of delays, setbacks, caused you to miss a lot of opportunities. It's like they wanted to control you and deem that that's love. And you know much better than that. So I feel like if there's something is ending with the child that you created, because I feel like there's a child here that is not going to repeat whatever patterns that have been on that person's bloodline. The child here is meant to break through something. I love that, because that's really what I'm seeing with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like this is somebody who you need to protect at all costs. And I feel like you know that. So yeah, this person has caused, they've caused a lot. I feel like you're about to be compensated for that, whether spiritually, financially. They've caused you a lot of misfortune. What else for the Wheel reverse? Or they just tried to silence you if this is not a child. They tried to silence you from speaking up about their abuse. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is you. Planning, strategizing, you're hardworking, very skilled at whatever it is that you do. And I feel like you haven't been seeing a return on your investment because somebody has been attacking you. Spiritually, financially, whatever they've been doing a lot to cause delays and setbacks. And now they're concerned. What's the Three of Pentacles? Capricorn, Mars. Yeah, the Four of Cups in the reverse. Cancer, Moon. Yeah, there's an illusion here that's over. The Nine of Pentacles, too. That was flipped in the reverse. So this is Virgo, Venus. I feel like, yeah, you're the stable one. You're hardworking. You're very grounded. You're peaceful. Okay, your dignity is intact. You've handled something. You're very peaceful, like, you know, grounded, whatever. I feel like you handled something with grace. You could be going through an awakening. Or this is you being vindicated of a situation. Something is under spiritual surveillance is what this feels like. But the Nine of Pentacles is like self-sufficiency, independence. What's the Nine of Pentacles? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Exactly. I mean, not the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This Three of Pentacles back here is somebody else. They could be a Capricorn. They could be a Cancer. Whatever the case may be. And look, we have the child again. The Page of Cups. They've been doing a lot to stop and block your abundance, your stability. All because you don't want to be with them anymore. I feel like in that case, they never genuinely loved you. As long as you were doing what they wanted you to do, they would show you love and appreciation. But the minute you found your independence, your autonomy, more so, right? You operate out of your own morals, values, and belief systems is the difference between autonomy and independence. Is the minute they felt threatened by you and they started this emotional abuse in order to keep you stuck. They've been working real hard to do whatever this is, and the illusion is over. It could be more so like they've been trying to paint you as like who they are. It really gives like a form of destiny swapping with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Because I feel like if you've somehow, well, having a child with them would intertwine your destinies. Even marriage through like gematria, you taking on his last name, you inherit their karma in a way, good or bad, right? But it's almost like this person has been wearing your energy. They had your divine covering or blessings, and I feel like it's about to be switched now. You remember on this Nine of Pentacles? Yeah, the moon. Somebody hiding out in the shadows. Look at these back here. Y'all see them? That's the first thing I noticed. There could be, yeah, it's 3 people. 1, 2, 3. There's a third wolf down here. Did I cover it? Yeah, you can't really see it. Right under the cape. It's a third wolf. Wolf. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, they've been trying to block your abundance, your fortune. This feels like it's on a spiritual level that this person has been siphoning from you. It has to be, because this Nine of Pentacles, this is somebody who's hardworking. They're very skilled at something they do. You could be an entrepreneur, or you could just be self-sufficient. It don't matter. Self-made, a boss. And for you to have the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, there is like... Give me on the wheel reverse. Something else going on that you can't see. Yeah, look, the Page of Cups. Child, this could have been an unexpected pregnancy. But I feel like this child was meant to come into this world. Somebody could have tried to trap you. That's what I'm getting. This whoever this person is that I'm channeling, they're from the void. They are usually like plants and distractions on your spiritual journey. And unfortunately, like having a child with these type of people, it does land you in a karmic contract. But if you know how to play cards right, you could end up like, how can I describe it? Basically, you got to know how to alchemize this energy. The child could be, I think Page of Wands is June. Okay, and that would make sense with the Page of Cups. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could have, or they could be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Maybe you have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I don't know. What's this Page of Cups? Yeah, the 4 Wands. Something about this gives home, family. Yeah, it's almost like this child is going to be able to, even if you got stuck in this karmic cycle, the child is going to be able to graduate from whatever this is. This reading just got so deep. Yeah, 10 of Wands, Sagittarius, Saturn. If your child is a Sagittarius, they're going to be able to release whatever karmic inheritances you have carried. Girls typically perpetuated through their wombs, and boys ended. Like a daughter can carry her father's ancestral rhythms. Because the womb is like your life force. It's a portal. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. But the child is going to be able to graduate from whatever this is. So I feel like the unexpected income is more so spiritual. What? Give me more on the moon. Yeah, the high priestess. Whew, child. This was a contract. This feels like a karmic contract that you had as a high priestess. You were meant to break some sort of generational patterns. And this person, they came to either awaken you to whatever that was, or they came to block and stop you from doing as such. But I feel like you being a high priestess here, I feel like you're hidden in plain sight, right? With this moon right behind you. Ooh, this read is crazy. What time did I come back? Or what time am I coming back? What's your question? And hey there. But for some of you, you may not have even known you were a high priestess for a long time. But if you are, you're like hidden in plain sight. You might not look like what you know. You might not look like who you are. This is a form of spiritual protection. Your energy is cloaked in a sense. And you might not have a lot of like physical money, but I feel like you have a very royal spirit. A very royal, maybe even bloodline. Or this is what you're creating. Like if your son is going to, if your son or daughter is about to be the one to graduate from this karmic cycle, I feel like they'll be the start of it. But this high priestess back here, either this is spirit protecting you, or this is just you gaining wisdom, knowledge, insight. You remember the high priestess? I feel like very gifted, and your child is very gifted as well. And this is what this masculine is fearing. It could be in a spiritual sense, to where they're seeing that it's really deep. It's hard to explain. On a spiritual level, they're seeing that they tried to trap you to perpetuate their bloodline. How can I explain it? When really this child is of yours. A light worker, earth angel, a generational curse breaker, a trailblazer. So the Five of Swords in the reverse, I feel like as a high priestess, you've uncovered something here. Something that was deeply hidden from you. Or this is like you freeing yourself in a subconscious way. Because the Nine of Pentacles is self-actualization. This is when you've healed enough to recognize your talents, your abilities, your skills. You could be into this Nine of Pentacles. Sometimes it gives like apothecary. Sometimes it gives like gardening. You know, like you could be a very like earthy type of person. Like you like to go out in nature, you like to take walks, like something like that. I feel like though with the Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess, you're very grounded and balanced. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you back for, you know, joining the channel. So yeah, you've uncovered a crime. I feel like you're realizing that somebody trapped you with a child. Or what you're uncovering is the nature of whoever you procreated with. What's this Five of Swords reverse? Because I feel like you couldn't see it at first. Yeah, Ten of Cups in the reverse. Family secrets coming out in this King of Wands, which can be with the Seven of Swords behind him, an incubus, a succubus. A man is an incubus, the succubus is a woman. But it's almost like if this person tried to take your child after y'all divorced, the Ten of Cups in reverse is child neglect. So you could be going back to get your child, okay, and you taking whoever it is to court, or something is going to spiritual court. Or somebody could have falsely accused you of being a neglectful parent. What's the Ten of Cups in the reverse? Yeah, the Page of Swords. News, information. You know, this gives more so, there is a lot of history about your child's parents, family, that you didn't know. And like, if you had known that, you would have never dealt with this person, period. They wouldn't have been able to touch you with a 10-foot pole. But I feel like now all of this is coming out. Somebody's family secrets is coming out, and I feel like this is not yours. Because the Page of Swords is like you learning, watching, studying. But it's on a deeper level. Like you see, your spiritual gifts could be activating, abilities rather. Because the Nine of Pentacles, this is like innate talents and abilities that you have. This could be like somebody literally becoming psychic. Like, yeah, I feel like the Page of Swords, you're researching now, you're looking into something, but it's like things that were hidden and beneath the surface. It's like on an energetic level. Somebody's family secrets is coming out for sure. And I feel like this Four of Pentacles could be you going to get your child, and it's like, no, I'm gatekeeping. Call it what you want. Take me to court. I don't give a fuck. Your child don't need to be over there. They're not safe. Is what this is feeling like. Mm. What's occupation? I feel like this is a real specific read. I can't make it up. Look at this Emperor in the reverse. Somebody's a deadbeat father. I don't mean to, or mother that's operating out of feminine energy. No shade to the men. But this is a masculine on this card. Somebody could be an Aries, or I'm getting abuse off of this person. Or financial abuse. Somebody could have been financially abusive towards you, to where they made you do all the work and maintain the household. And pew. What's the Emperor in the reverse? It's like somebody wanted to live off of you. Fiscally and spiritually. Six of Wands in the reverse. And they throw a temper tantrum when they don't get their way. Somebody's a very selfish person, I'm channeling. It's like if y'all had kids, this person wanted you to neglect your kids, to bend to their will and wait on them hand and foot in their every need. It's like somebody wanted a slave. They ain't want a wife. I just heard concubine in the back of my head. Child, I don't even know what that means. Or they had one. I don't know. Whoever this person is, they need attention for validation. It's giving narcissistic real bad. And I feel like the whole family could be like this. And this is what you're starting to figure out. It ain't stop at them. Maybe this is with the Page of Swords. This could be what the child is telling you. Now that they're old enough to talk, okay, and discern in a sense, where they're coming into their intuition or their third eye with the Hangman next to them, to where this is just because the third eye is your intellect, your intuition, your imagination. Okay, so regardless, the child's third eye is opening. And I feel like they're beginning to tell you what they're feeling, what they're experiencing, what something ain't clean in the water is what they tell you, is what they could be telling you. And it's like you just sitting back here and listening, but you're not slandering this parent with the high priestess and the moon. It's like you're listening to your child without confirming or denying. It's just like you taking in the information, because it's like you seem like a peacekeeper with this Nine of Pentacles back here. That's somebody who lives very peacefully. Okay, and mature enough to know not to, slander or talk bad or just scare the child. I feel like you could be trying to figure out how to move right now with whatever this is. With the moon and the high priestess, you could be very still and observant, because maybe you're trying to trust but verify, so you won't look like the bad person in the situation. You get me? Well, give me more on this Emperor in the reverse. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpios. What's weird is this person could be spiritually gifted too, but it's like one of those things where they use their power, their energy, or whatever for evil versus good. They give a tyrant with the Emperor in the reverse. A false leader, somebody who only can lead through power and force. Because if you look at the Emperor card, it doesn't have any weapons on it, right? Like the King of Swords would, or like, I don't know. Just regardless, like the Emperor leads through wisdom, experience, and love, and just being grounded and being like a sense of stability, or like a rock for the people in their lives, dependable and reliable. Like when you have somebody like that and you can trust them, you naturally submit. You get what I'm saying? But an Emperor in reverse, they lead off of whatever it is that they use, but it's an abuse of power. And just because this person is a King of Cups upright, don't mean that they are true and genuine with their love. Yeah, this Page of Cups could be their child. And I feel like you having a child with whoever it is, it set you back. But it didn't. Delay is not denial, is basically what I'm trying to say. What's the King of Cups? I feel like if anything, this really awakened you to your journey as a high priestess. Yeah, look, the Sun in the reverse, very oppressive. This person uses love, emotions, the unseen forces, right? Because how can I describe it? The feminine aspect is like the unseen force, right? It's like this abyss, this mystery. You get what I'm saying? That's Virgo energy with this Nine of Pentacles. But people can use those unseen forces to manipulate. And I feel like this person used their feelings, emotions, and things like that in a narcissistic way, look back here, to oppress you, to stop your growth, your expansion. And I'm not going to say that this person doesn't truly or genuinely love you. It just feels like they're so wounded from their family with this Ten of Cups in the reverse. They know that love is more of a power, and it can control people and make them do things. You get what I'm saying? Like, give me more on this King of Cups. Six of Cups, it came out sideways. Something about this person's childhood was not good. They didn't have a good childhood. They didn't. or they had a very challenging one when it came out in the sideways. And when it came out sideways, that's the challenge position. This person could have had to mature at an early age to take care of themselves, or they didn't get to have a childhood at all. They could repress a lot of their feelings and experiences from their childhood. Some parts of this person's childhood they might not even remember with the sun in the reverse, because that's clarity. And the Six of Cups can be like the past. Some of it they don't even remember. And that's like disassociation. And it's like, it's painful. So I don't want to feel this. I don't want to remember this. But your mind is not selective in what it chooses to forget. You'll forget like whole decades of time. Even what happened to you that may have been good. What's the Six of Wands reverse? The Queen of Cups. Oof. The Magician in the reverse, the Justice in the reverse. Yeah, this person manipulated you so bad. But also, narcissists I see as the unhealed empath, and they're just as sensitive as people who are empathetic. They are. They would never tell you, they would never show it, but they are. So it's like, because they needed you and they seen you coming into your own power and autonomy, instead of them evolving or growing with you, or, you know, just doing whatever shadow work that they needed, they chose to abuse you and keep you stuck with them instead. This person is very intuitive. I can feel it. They are. But something about their energy is real nasty. This person could have hated the attention that you got with the Six of Wands in the reverse, or they didn't want you to be seen. You could be a very attractive woman, man. And they feared other people seeing you, because if they weren't loving you right and caring for you right, you know, in 2026, y'all can talk about all the 50-50 that y'all want, but that's not how I was raised. And I believe, like, everybody has their different beliefs and whatever. They're entitled to, you know, but if nothing else, a man should be able to lead. I don't care if he got money or not. He should have sound morals and integrity. Women, too. You should be able to nurture and take care of your family. Provide that safe haven for, you know, in an emotional way for your family, for your children. Like, I don't know. I'm just not trying to be one-sided in this read, but give me more on this Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Strength card, exactly. Woo! And by the way, the Empress is in the Strength card. And you see how calm the Lion is, how peaceful, and sometimes it's like being able to silence those inner thoughts and demons. You know, being able to like compartmentalize your thoughts, right? Or how can I describe it? Because sometimes I see the Strength card as more of a mental card. Okay, to where you have to be able to shift certain paradigms and belief systems to overcome challenges that you might be facing. And the Lion is like the inner animal within us all. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, seeing the bigger picture of a situation, walking away, and Temperance, that's your card, Sagittarius. Yeah, so I feel like you walked away because you were tired of the drama, the abuse. The abuse could be more so emotional that you've endured, but one, it's hard to prove that. Okay, you don't have any like physical scars and things like that that you can show. And two, especially like when you're dealing with narcissists, if this is not like if this is not like a court case and it's just like to the family type of thing, they appear one way in public and behind closed doors they act a completely different way. But I feel like this is you having a lot of emotional strength and fortitude in a situation. Give me more on the strength card. I feel like there's a lot you overcame here in terms of yourself, in the relationship that you have with yourself. Something really taught you a lot. It probably taught you your strength and how strong you are, right? Because if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to have a whole life with this person, we're going to have kids, get married and things like that, it could be hard to let go of the picture or the idea of how you thought something would go, especially when you're intertwined with them on an emotional level. The Ten of Pentacles, this could be like somebody who you spent a long time with. Somebody could have known you as a child or before you came into yourself as a woman mentally. What's or a man mentally? What's the strength card? I feel like this person watched that. Yeah, look, the Empress in the reverse. So we have the Emperor and the Empress in the reverse. This is definitely a karmic relationship. And I feel like you're still an Empress. Your energy was misplaced. You were overextending yourself, overworking to please this person. This person could have wanted you to go to work 9 to 5 and still come home and take care of the kids. And whenever you fell short, they ain't forget to remind your motherfucker. Six of Wands in reverse. It's like nothing you could ever do would impress this person. Pew. So I feel like you're coming out of this energy. You could be finding yourself again, or you're finding that emotional strength to detach from whoever this is. Because it's like, this feels like with this Page of Swords, them projecting their childhood wounds onto you. Their neglect of family. This person could have been highly critical of you as a parent. Highly judgmental of you as a parent. You on this Empress in the reverse. For some of you, this could even be like, this Empress in the reverse could be like, you have like a karmic mother or something who encouraged you to stay with this masculine because they didn't see them for who they truly are. Or they could have too much of traditional values and beliefs to where they feel like you shouldn't be unwed if you have kids, or they feel like because you have kids you need to stay with this person and raise them in a 2-parent household because that's what they endured. People love to talk how their grandparents and great-grands survived 75 years, 50 years of marriage. They don't talk about what the women endured. Look at this card in order to do so. And I'm not knocking anybody who may have had that experience, but I talk to my grandma a lot. That's like my best friend. And if y'all would talk to y'all would see. I'm not saying you don't, but, and it's important to learn the stories of your ancestry and where you come from. And like, that's a part of your inheritance, right? Knowing who you are and what you came from gives you purpose. It should empower you. But I feel like this could be a karmic mother for some of you who may have encouraged you to be with whoever this was too. Give me more on the Empress in the Chariot. Cancer energy. Yeah, the mother, the family, the home. So I feel like, yeah, this is, and the Chariot only operates from the spirit of wisdom. Once your mind, body, and spirit is in alignment, ain't no stopping that right there. And it moves fast too, because it's going according to God's plan, the divine's plan. So time is really an illusion when you're operating on that level. When you release that earthly rhythm and energy and you're operating more of a divine essence, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, look, 3 of Wands. Give me more on the Empress reverse with the Chariot. I don't know why the cards keep coming out in twos. The Magician in the reverse and the King of Swords. I can't make it up. Ooh, and the 7 of Swords right beneath that. So yeah, this is somebody who's very skilled at manipulation and wearing a mask. The Magician in the reverse is somebody whose mask is falling. I feel like you're seeing somebody, or you're seeing something for what it truly is. Even if they're not a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, I feel like As the Queen of Cups with the Strength card, your intuition is your superpower. And especially with the High Priestess back here, you intuitively felt out a situation. You didn't need any evidence. You didn't need to be physically abused. You know what that is. You know what this type of energy is. And the Queen of Cups and the Empress, I think that's actually, the Queen of Cups and the Strength card, I think that's actually a goddess too. Let me see something really quick. Because you could carry the energy of a certain goddess. Or one could be your guide. Okay, so it says Aphrodite, the embodiment of femininity, pleasure, desire, inspiration, and creativity, of love and beauty. But wasn't she like a warrior though? Yeah, it says it caused rivalry among the gods. Dang, so you could have a son. It says the most famous version from Hesiod's, okay, states that she emerged as a fully grown adult from the sea foam produced by the severed genitals of the sky god Uranus after his son Cronus cast him into the sea. She's the daughter of Zeus and Dion. Y'all know who Zeus is, right? Aphrodite was unhappily married to, I don't know how to pronounce that, Hephaestus, the god of fire and metalworking, a match arranged by Zeus to prevent conflict among the other gods over her beauty. She was frequently unfaithful, most notably having a long-standing affair with Ares, the god of war. But Ares itself, in terms of bibliology, and that's what I was talking about with the Strength card. So this is like you could have been having an affair with yourself, like you battling yourself and your own paradigms and belief systems, which you knew to be true, or your intuition just to stay somewhere where you weren't happy. You get what I'm saying? So in that story, I feel like it was less of the father that arranged it and more of this Empress in the reverse, which could be your, so what's high honor? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Somebody is very high ranking spiritually. What else for this Knight of Cups? I feel like this is you following your heart. Yeah, the world, and closing out a cycle. There's a cycle here that's over. Somebody here is going through some sort of upgrade to their chakras with this world here in high honor. I feel like this could be somebody ranking up spiritually, because the world can represent the chakras that align with Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, and not Aries, Aquarius and Leo. Somebody's going through an upgrade of your chakras. I feel like they could recalibrating in a sense. What's the world? The Hermit in the reverse. This person paranoid. Because look at this man up here watching. Whoever this is paranoid. Give me around the Hermit in the reverse. They're paranoid that you might find out something. I feel like you already have. You just keeping quiet about it. You ain't letting your left hand know what your right hand is doing, or vice versa, however they say it. So the Justice in the reverse, yeah, because they've created an injustice for you. This could even be somebody in trouble with the court of law. This is also bad karma. Even though this situation may not have been the best, I feel like this is something that Spirit orchestrated because it was meant to awaken you. And the child is very gifted too. They're meant to break some sort of generational rhythm that was inherited. And I feel like if this person would get out of their own way, or if they could see past their nose, they would be able to understand why things are playing out the way that they are. And they would be trying to embrace and uplift this child and lead them in the right direction, so that it would be even more, they would be even more powerful. What's the Justice card in the reverse? Yeah, the Two of Swords. They've been trying to block you. They've been trying to block you, block people from seeing you, block your fortune, your success, because if they did, that would mean you would need them. That's what they want. People who like this, they need you to need them. Well, didn't they fail? Ten of Swords in the reverse. Whatever curse or hex they put on you is lifting. Give me more on this Two of Swords. And it could be to the point where it's like they're getting bad karma, but they're in denial that their own actions or injustices towards you caused it. Two of Swords could be in denial. And the Two of Cups. Yeah, they've been trying to block you. I feel like this was this person's purpose. Yeah, look, you're a Queen of Wands, a spiritual warrior. This person's purpose was to block you from coming into your path as a high priestess. That was the whole purpose. Whoever this is from the void. It's like they're not good or bad. They're neutral, but they're easily susceptible to spiritual attacks, to hosting entities, to being influenced to go against you. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're too susceptible to earthly forces. And when you're a divine being, you're supposed to be of this world, but not be what this world is. You get what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Yeah, look, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. This person wanted you to do all the work while they just benefited. So yeah, I feel like this Two of Cups is you coming back into union with yourself as a spiritual warrior. Let's talk about Mars energy for a second. Because sometimes I write like whole notes in my phone about my findings. And I think I wrote, let me see. Okay, so it's the flame of divine will, right? And Mars governs actions, desire, and assertion. On a spiritual level, this translates to the will of your higher self, made active through the body. So without Mars, spirit has intention but no motion. So they didn't want you to come into your power. Okay, what else did I wrote here? It's like a flame with no oxygen. Okay, and I wrote your inner warrior is not about violence. It's about the courage to move through fear, conflict, and challenge in service of your soul's evolution. Okay, it also wrote here, Mars represents the inner fire that drives your soul to act, protect, and to pursue purpose. The divine spark that pushes spirit into motion, or your spirit into motion. Okay, so also this constellation, because it's a Scorpio ruled planet, it's about death and rebirth and change. Because if you think about it, like, well, let me just read what I wrote here. Okay, so it says your Mars placement talks about your first stage of alchemizing energy, and it rules the alchemical stage of calcination, which is burning away what no longer serves you, like spiritual, physical impurities, whatever. Okay, when your Mars is in harmony, it's aligned with your higher self, and your actions flow with purpose, passion, and integrity. And you become a spiritual warrior of light, but not one who wants to conquer or lead over others like this Emperor in the reverse, but it's like you mastering self. So spiritually, it says Mars helps you confront your inner demons, your egos, your patterns and fears, refining you through trials. This is why Mars energy often looks like a struggle, because it's your soul training for mastery. Okay, so this is something I wrote about Mars based on what I study. So give me more on this Two of Cups. Yeah, this person tried to block you from the Fool in the reverse. Yeah, it's a distraction. Yep. By keeping you like this, Five of Pentacles, insecure, with the lack mentality, or you won't find anybody to love you like they did, or you get what I'm saying? Like all of that, that would go with the Two of Cups. This could even be they wanted you to have nothing if you weren't with them, blocking your finances and things like that. I see why this person nervous. They did too much. So let's get a Sacred Spirit Oracle. I feel like this is fitting for this read. Because, whew. And for some of you, this is who you were married to. We got the Empress. So what I just heard in the back of my head, that this person was your handler. They were your handler. And they thought creating a child would keep you oppressed. They didn't know you was a high priestess though. And I feel like you didn't know you were one as long as you were with this person. And when you block or create an injustice towards somebody who is on divine assignment, the repercussions of that last up to a lifetime or more. And y'all know what I just found out? Like in the court of law, when people get sentenced to like 5 lifetimes and stuff like that, when they only have one, because like contracts and the pen and paper could be like petitions spiritually, when you think about it, they have bound themselves to imprisonment for however many lifetimes they reincarnate here. So like say if they get 4 life sentences, for 4 of those cycles that they reincarnate here on earth, they end up in prison. Like, ain't that crazy? What's the message here for Sag? Ascended Master. Woo, create open communication. So you could be training to be, or you could be an Ascended Master. This is the number 2 here. Yeah, look, and illuminate the shadow is at the bottom, 21. Focus on the solution. So let's read this card, number 2. And 2 is duality. I feel like you could be a very balanced person. You are earthly and you're spiritual, but you could, you know, use both of those energies interchangeably, which I feel like is necessary. Okay, so this says create open communication with others, listen objectively. Right. Sometimes you do got to talk to people or let them talk so they could tell on themselves. Okay, throughout time, human beings have looked to spiritual teachers, gurus, and philosophers for guidance and wisdom in their everyday lives. Regardless of religious background or affiliation, people gravitate towards those who have achieved levels of ascension on the physical plane. Philosophers, ascended masters, spiritual gurus, and leaders enable those seeking wisdom or higher states of well-being and consciousness to connect to something bigger than themselves in this dimensional experience. While there are many ascended masters across the realm of ascension, they are still on differing levels of ascension. These inner planes are so seeking wisdom, connecting to specific energies such as light rays. It says, see the 7 rays, pages 6 through 7. So it's the first ray is blue, Master El Moria. This is for power, will, faith, and protection. The second ray is yellow, love, wisdom, and understanding. So with the Empress, with the, what is that? With the Strength card on top of this Queen of Cups, you could be in this one. Love, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, so the third ray is pink, Paul the Venetian, divine love and compassion. The fourth ray is white, Serapis B, is for harmony and purity. The fifth ray is green, Hilarion, for knowledge, wholeness, and abundance. The sixth ray is purple/gold, Lady Master Nada, devotion and service. Okay, and the seventh ray is violet, Saint Germain, magic, forgiveness, mercy, and freedom. And Saint Germain is a guide that you can work with to help enhance your mediumship or psychic intuitive abilities and things like that. That's what Saint Germain is known for. To be honest, I really don't know the rest of these, but okay, so anyway, when working with these frequencies or energies, be sure to always invoke or request the aspects that exist within 100% pure light frequencies. Ascended Masters still exists within dual polarity. That's exactly what I was talking about. And still have specific purposes and functions relating to the earthly realm. That's what I was channeling. Okay, so right now you are required to connect to a higher wisdom previously shared with a collective purpose. Yeah, because you're evolving. And I feel like you will be connected to something higher. Like you're going to a new level spiritually, which means you're going to be able to connect to new guides of higher frequencies. Everything has a chain of command. You get what I'm saying? So right now you are required to connect to higher wisdom previously shared with a collective purpose. Daily rituals and routines are essential to establish stability through decision-making process. Open your mind and vision to signs and symbols from the Ascended Master realm. Many of us are associated with animals and symbols, or many masters are associated with animals and symbols. Pay attention to art imagery that you may feel emotionally or strongly connected to now as you are being guided divinely. Be consciously aware that the masters are working behind the scenes in your life to achieve a outcome. Karmic planet and your unique energetic blueprints require a certain learning experiences and events for you to grow and expand your soul and spirit into a new state of awareness. Okay, so the shadow aspect says refusing to be open to new experiences or outcomes. The sacred crystal is Hadenite. The angel assistance is Archangel Metatron. Ooh, ain't that like God's right hand man? Channeling and higher wisdom is what that's for. Okay, so the affirmation is, I am a clear channel of divine knowledge. I share this wisdom with compassion and confidence. So whatever this person wanted to stop is exactly what's happening now. This is why the wheel is in the reverse. They about to get some terrible, terrible karma for fucking with a high priestess. This is why they concerned, because if this person is gifted the way that I'm feeling that they are, they know. They already know. They know. That's crazy. You know, let me see something really quick. Because this King of Swords, but the Magician in the reverse, their level of consciousness is air, or they're an air sign. They don't have to be, though. Or this is how they've been operating. Lotus eyes, enlightenment visible through the eyes, the third eye, reflection of cosmic energy within. Yeah, this is what they're seeing. You're awakening, or you're ascending to a new level. What else? Mockery and attempt to disguise fear. Yeah, see? I don't know what they've been doing. What else? They could have been mocking something that you did for work with this Nine of Pentacles back here. That's the energy that's really sticking out to me. This over here with the moon and the high priestess and stuff. They thought some shit was funny until it... what else for this Magician in the reverse? Take a step back. Withdraw and evaluate. Reflect. Gain a new perspective. Pause. I feel like that's what you did from this person. You separated yourself. And in the distance, in that separation, there was clarity. Because just like a big-ass building scraper, you can't see the whole thing when you're right in front of it. And sometimes that distance creates clarity. And especially when you're alone or free of distractions, this is when spirit can really talk to you. Yeah, look, playing games with you. Mind games, lies, attempts to disempower, manipulation, intimidate, knowing how to outwit, influence, control, narcissistic personality. Yeah, they was playing chess. This person needed to attach for something. What else for this Magician in the reverse? I feel like this Ace of Swords was the epiphany that you probably had. You had an epiphany of somebody's karmic bloodline with this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Or whatever epiphany you had led to you divorcing a person. What's behind this? The Six of Swords? Yeah, you could have been like, let me physically get the fuck away from this person. And you could have moved. For some of you, I'm feeling like with this Six of Swords, you were spiritually guided. And maybe this is something that happened abruptly or you didn't know why or whatever. You was just like, I need to go. Let me go. Let me get out of here. I feel like spirit was protecting this child. That's more so what it was about. Like adults know not to like diminish any of what you experience, but children they're more impressionable. You get what I'm saying? What else for this Magician in the reverse? I don't know why this reading went like that. There's too many cards. Healing frequency, maintain your vibration, generate positive emotions, shifting internally. Yeah, they need their energy to maintain something for themselves. And that's what happens with people who, like, I have this theory to where, how can I explain it? Certain beings don't want to incarnate on this earth naturally because, like, they want to skip karmic debt that you have to clear to get to self-actualization or your spiritual inheritance. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain, but they, like, hop from person to person and things like that. So, and honestly, the King of Swords with the Magician in reverse, these are, like, this type of energy, they hop through the theta brainwaves. So this says an ocean of suffering. Yeah, that's why the King of Cups is here. Or they wanted you to suffer while they benefited from your energy. Okay, we have power struggle, ego versus heart. I feel like this is you. Because with the Strength card here, you could be a very prideful person. But I feel like your pride is necessary. You should have a sense of pride. You should take pride in who you are. But I feel like this person may have abused you in a way to where they didn't want you to take pride in who you were. We did have a kid because I am too intuitive. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Having pride but humble. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Like, you know who you are. You don't have to go around showboating and wanting to get attention. And I feel like it finds you with this Six of Wands in reverse, and that's what threatened this person. But the Empress is very gentle, very kind, caring, and nurturing. So I feel like you may have had an internal battle with yourself because this person made you out to, or they wanted you to feel like you were in your ego for knowing who the fuck you are. Like, okay, sacred space in the reverse. Cleanse, charge, activate. Okay, meditation, alignment, working with the elements, tap into your magic. Exactly. That's in the reverse. This person didn't want you to. I noticed I've been holding this card the whole time. It's a trick. A scheme to deceive you, deception, gaslight, and manipulation. Somebody love bombed the fuck out of you, showed you all types of care, nurturing, affection, and things like that. Phases of the moon. So, a woman who's in a line or in tune with the moon phases is a divine being. And same for divine masculines. That's like one way that you can tell. If you rise with the sun as a man, you are a divine masculine. I mean, that's not the only indication, but that's one way you can tell. Mm. Wow. So yeah, they were unsuccessful. What they came to stop or block, or like I said, impregnate you to impress you, baby, that is not working. It never was. All this was orchestrated by the divine, so you would awaken as a high priestess. I feel like something was sent to awaken you. It was divinely orchestrated somehow. And I feel like the child is very gifted, very intuitive. Let me see. Let's read on this page of wands and see. What's this page of wands? I don't know. This, for some of you, if you didn't have a child, this could be this person trying to silence you or block your third eye or whatever. Grounded in celestial. Exactly. Look at the big crystals at the bottom of this tree. For some of you, okay, what I'm seeing here, because this tree is kind of like bare. I mean, it has leaves on it, but it's different. For some of you, this is a spirit baby. Ooh. What else? Substance abuse in the reverse. Yeah, see, this child, I don't know, maybe your person, the other parent had addictions or things that they've relied on. This child is not going to be the same. They're not. They're going to be way different. And look what came out at the bottom. Pretty penny in the reverse. So yeah. Okay, Sag, this was the message. You're probably about to go through a major change, or you're probably going through a major upgrade right now with this world. I feel like, because that's what the card said. Even before I read the Oracle card, it says you're about to be able to access new channels that lead to higher vibrations, if that makes sense, of ascended masters. More power, more wisdom. You get what I'm saying? Different spiritual abilities and things like that. So I feel like this Hermit card in the reverse, if this is you feeling like paranoia, I feel like it's really just your channel, like your third eye, that channel opening or being able to extend outward more, so you're more sensitive to the energies. And you could be picking up on the energy of the collective right now, because it's a lot of shit happening. Like, it's a lot. I told my being infertile as if only had through my will. Oh, that's interesting. That's given like what they called it, immaculate conception. I've researched and studied like a whole bunch of theories behind that. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the planet Nibiru, but there was a very powerful scientist called Anansi, And the immaculate conception that they said between Jesus and Mary was really them learning how to conceive through artificial insemination. You know what I'm talking about? Because other civilizations and like beings that came before us, especially people from Planet X, right? They're far more advanced and evolved than us as people. Like in the war between Anki and Enlil, if y'all know that story too, one of them wanted us to ascend as gods, and the other one purposely altered our DNA to put caps on our telomeres so that we couldn't evolve. And that's why they say humans are like so short now, because they were like, I don't know, 7, 8 feet tall way back when. I don't want to go too deep, but I could talk for hours on this stuff. All I do is read and study and research, but that's yeah. And sometimes children do have to come into the world like that because their essence needs to be protected. Who they are is like so powerful. Like they have their own contracts too. Just because they're babies don't mean that they don't have a contract. They have their own contracts. You love that type of info? Yes, me too. I be sitting at home because I'm really a loner. I'm a homebody. I be going down rabbit holes, honey. Like, but yeah, you should look her up. Her name is, I think her name was Anansi, and she was from Nibiru. And supposedly she's who created us, but I don't just believe in one type of theory or, you know, one type of religion or scientific, I don't know what you want to call them. I'll be looking at everything. More focused on working, but books are next. Yeah, I feel like everybody, no matter who you are, should publish like one book in this lifetime, even if it's just on your own life, because like you could pass it down to your kids' kids, and they'll have their own account of history. Because if you think about it, there were so many libraries that were burned. I'm not gonna say the time frame, but I feel like y'all know, you would know. Like libraries burnt down to the ground, scorched. So that's like a way for us to rewrite or to have an account of history, because we all know it's played with. But I could talk for hours. Maybe one more read. What time is it? 9:13. I don't know, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you all being here. Okay, if I resonate with you and you like how I read, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, that helps the videos circulate for the collective. Okay, but wishing you all a safe and seamless return back home to yourselves, and I'll call y'all later. Bye.